We've had a couple of them over the weekend, so I'm sure you guys understand by now, and I'm sure no one's left because there's too much at stake now. As Tank looking to close out the series and effectively make it a clean sweep of the entire tournament.
Yeah, no maps dropped. Really, really strong stuff from them. And it's, again, we think back to the matches we've seen from them. It hasn't been complete and utter domination from the start, right? Yes, they've won all their maps. They've looked really good doing it. Well, we did it, guys. We got to the map screen. That is a miracle. It's New Junk City. We'll be coming to here. I feel like this plays into Tank's hands pretty comfortably. They can run the Junker Queen again if they want to. It feels like they could do whatever they want here, and they'll have no problems winning it out at this point. It's now up to Ange to show us something different, to show us that they can beat Tank either with something that they haven't shown us yet, or something in terms of execution that they can do differently. Because right now, same old isn't working. The Mauga doesn't seem to be cutting the mustard, and that might not have. In fact, I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with Prince Tom's ability to execute on the Mauga, but much more to do with the fact that Solaris and the rest of his team are really turning the backline to mincemeat. On top of the fact that Blue is getting turned to mincemeat in the enemy backline. So really, there's not much to write home about here for Ange Fan Club, but we'll have to wait and see. And I would be shocked if he came out the door with this. Because I don't think it counters anything that they've been doing on the side of Tank, really. But we'll wait and see. But it is Jujang City. It is the last hope for Ange Fight Club. A loss here ends the tournament. Tank taking a 3-0 win and the championship, the Talon Cup championship.
They're actually going to do it. Prince Tom on the Roadhog. Blue taking out the Hanzo, and you asked for something different. Well, they're going... We'll see. Apricornicus is going to have a big, beefy target to shoot at, but also so much damage, and the ability to be hooked out of position right there. It's going to be an interesting dynamic between these two. You don't often see the matchup. Instead, Prince Tom realizes where the Mauga is, understands where the core of the Mauga's power comes out, juked out in the air. Lovely dash coming back in from Pokemoli, very experienced, but you've now come out, you faked the fight, you got away, my friend, and oh, wait, no, I've got friends. It's not just the wonderful Petal Prince on his own. Apricornicus comes around the corner, takes advantage of the bacon fiesta that he's got. Points still contested, and here comes the damage out, though. Blue able to do so much as a Hanzo, but would have loved some people around to be able to finish that job.
Yeah, unfortunately, he lost teammates at a rapid rate there, unfortunately for him and the rest of Ange Fan Club. Prince Tom has switched heroes now and not happy with the Roadhog did. It didn't look great, I'll be the first to say, so probably the right call to switch it up here. I like the Zarya into the Mauga. You can sometimes spend a lot of time as the Archeetos popping off here on this hero. Not really the most common spot for a Widow to be played, but he's doing an excellent job there. Headshots galore, picks galore, making it just another problem that Ange Fan Club have to try and solve.
Yeah, look how far they're spreading themselves out. You got Solaris on one side who manages to win the duel, and then you got Cheetos on the other, the Widow that's overlooking the whole points, and Pokemoli up in the skies in the center, completely uncontested, decides to drop down. You got the Anna though. This is the one problem with being spread out. The life grip comes back in to save the Prince Tom for a second, but still taken out as Cheetos finds a shot. They're playing these 1v1 games, and every single one of them, well, it's not 1v1, right? There's always an overlap somewhere.
Yeah, bigger, faster, stronger is what it feels like, Altruism. At the moment, Tank are just the better team. They're winning the duels that they need to win. They're moving, they're dictating the tempo here very effectively, and they're winning the alt economy as well. So Tank really in the driver's seat here. Ange Fan Club desperately searching for something, some way in. Prince Tom now back onto the Mauga, comfort pick. And you get the sense that if they lose out here, it's just a formality to grab that final point. Toes headshot onto Blue.
I'm so glad we got to see Blue for so long at the beginning of that, because it really is the feeling that Ange is having right now. They try and poke from one angle, they're getting shot at, they go from another angle, they get decimated, they walk through main as 4, and immediately, look at this, the surrounding nature of the Tank players on Ange Fan Club right now. They're corralling them into the fight set. Tank wants to take, and they do the business and go back to point.
That's the first kill they got onto Something can no, I don't think it was. They got a few on the first point, but they've got so many outs to work with now. Well, I mean, they've got the Death Blossom. Did Apricornicus use his ulti there?
Who's got a Death Blossom, bro?
Sorry, the flower, the tree of life. That's what I was looking for. And no, they don't. Blue finds a kill now, looking to get aggressive onto the Ana, finds another. So finally, signs of life here from Anj.
Not a single person saw that coming the whole way through the slice and dice. So, Blue, it is something that Cheetos has come to respect in the past and gave a lot of credit to, and comes now to the receiving end of that as the third kill in the streak. And Fan Club, they were being corralled earlier, but they've come through to the center and just run over Tank.
I said this was a pivotal point. If they lose this, it's just a matter of time before they lose the third one. But they've held firm now. They've got the overclock. I haven't called it overclock once today, by the way, but that's the name of this ultimate from Sojourn. And now they can look to try and secure the teamfight win, but it's going to be tough. And now the good anti-heal from Kurigari to start things off.
Anti-heroes out throwing the pulse bomb. The pulse bomb is everything. That's going to stop it. The life grip outside of the cage is actually massive from Pokemoli. So well versed, but no way for Apricornicus to get out, or just chose not to, I guess. He had the run available. Pokemoli going to fall shortly after. So Orange Fan Club going to be able to grab this point back towards themselves. Are they? Solaris is still here, trying to do a lot of damage. Decides to go aggressive and still hunting down this spoiler. The big bot. Oh, you can't trust your aim. You do. You actually do.
Oh my god, that's so huge. That was so huge. He got the kill on the Moira at the end there, but he also capped that point. So it forced Mauga back towards the point, trying to set it up, recognizing he needed to stick with the team, but Solaris just pulling them all over the map. But they have recapped. They are up to 90% once again. Solaris on the point there, but Blue tracks him down, takes him down. That's a huge kill at 99%.
That's big, and some ultimates to come in from behind as well. Blue coming around the side with ultimate. Does have to deal with the Venture. Later, random surprise pick comes out, and Cheeto's making it work. Guess one gets two. Doesn't manage to get the Moira at the end. And Prince Tom actually going to pick up a double kill. Kurigari, the last one left alive. Orange Fan Club going to wrestle it back towards themselves. We got more of a match.
I was about to comment on mental boomings and, what do you do in this situation? But they pulled it back here. Really, really nice play from Orange Fan Club. I'd really given up all hope there, as I'm sure you had as well, Altruism. But they found that gear that they needed to challenge Orange Fan Club, to punish any aggression out of them. And they did that effectively. That kill on the Tracer at the end there was so critical. And now they've got a bit of confidence behind them here. Hopefully they can convert that into teamfight results behind the Coalescence.
Anti-heal once more. It's the Kurigari show. He drops the Nano Burst, enables the team to rush over Orange Fan Club. But it was death from the moment the purple landings came right now.
Pretty expensive, though, it has to be said. Both Cage Fight and Kurigari's Nano Boost popped there. So Orange Fan Club come in now with a few ultimates that they can use. They could try and combo the Kitsune Rush with the Dragon Blade. But that's not an easy ultimate combo to execute. But they're going to have to get through this chokehold, which can be difficult against this combination of heroes, especially with Kurigari's anti-heal chambered and ready to fire.
Yeah, Cage Fight comes out as well, but it's distracted. But Blue dies! He blows up immediately. I don't think Pokemoli was even looking at them. Meanwhile, in the fight, both Maugas go down. Pokemoli's show comes out completely. Just too much damage with the kunai. Enables also the healing for Cheetos to sustain, and the two of them rip apart Orange Fan Club and maintain control.
Yeah, now we're in a big trouble here. They've got the Venture ultimate. We know how destructive that can be. Solaris switch onto the Cassidy, has the High Noon available to try and find a pick to secure a reload, and they're fighting into only really the one ultimate. There we go. Here's the Venture ultimate. That's not really a good use of it, I don't think, but they're up to 90%. Somebody's got to get in position to touch, and they've already lost Soup.
They've got Kitsune Rush to charge their way through the point, and they're just going to back up. The death on Soup was too much. They needed that extra bit of healing from the Moira, and the confirmation of the kills instead goes back. Prince Tom decides actually wants to swap up using the time. I believe that's why you walk back to spawn.
Yeah.
Still got you still got ults for the next fight. You got Kitsune Rush, but Prince Tom.
Oh, he's he's doing some conversating altruism. That's what's happening. Apricornicus now onto the Diva, and Prince Tom says, "I know what counters a Diva. It is, of course, the Zarya." But I've spoken at length about this on on cast. It's not the hard counter that it seems to be at all. And Lixodian now under pressure. The bubble is good. Keeps him alive. The pressure on the D.Va. Can they secure the kill? No, they can't. Isuzu on the money to get the D.Va out safely.
D.Va out safely. Lix walks away from the fight, so tense engaged. TP in from the Kiriko, though. Needs to be very careful. Oh, they're distracted. The D.Va mech disappears. Now everything can come through. This is where Brimstone would like. Blue dashing through, confirms the kill on the anti-heal grenade of Kuragari. And
what does he play here? Sorry to interrupt you out, but I feel like he's just going to keep switching. Once you know it's tilting the opposing tank, then you just turn it into sixth gear here with the hard countering. But he'll use the ulti here, I think, obviously, and then switch it up. But good work from Orange Fight Club getting the control here. They've got the overclock available now. Prince Tom halfway towards his ulti. They've got the Dragon Blade as well. This should be their team fight to win if they can get an advantage early. But a lot of ults on both sides here. 4 ults on each team.
I love the coalescence to start it out. It's a really nice way to secure offense and defense for your side. And 100 health for so long, and Solaris gets nothing out of it. Beam goes through. Bomb optimistically pushed towards points, and they're actually following it up. Apricornic is doing the damage on Baby D.Va with Pokemoli alongside. Cheetos comes in late into the fight and going to be able to confirm, I'm sure, the last living relative of the Orange Fan Club is diving around. The elusive character is this Genji, but I mean, right now, Tank, they're more concerned with the payload, the point that they captured. No. They do get it.
Yeah, unlucky. He was going for the kill onto Kuragari, but good work once again from Pokemoli to keep him alive and just force a really, really long stagger. 45% on the clock already. This is going to be really tough defense here with Apricornicus now on the hazard. There is an ultimate available for 4 players from Orange Fight Club, so they held on to that. If they can win this team fight, they might be able to secure the cap and take us to the 5th point.
You know what, Apricornicus has to be proactive here. He has to force out ultimates, make the opponents panic, and he's not. He's backing out. Everything drops. Kitsune rush from both sides. Orange Fan Club dropping Lixodian's ultimate, but he gets eliminated immediately by Solaris. Doing too much work in the background. Blue has the ultimate, but really not a lot of people to back it up. This will have to be heroic. He's going to go for it. Goes into the middle of the Graviton Surge, but anti-heal. It's Kuragari credited with a kill. But really, the work came out consistently. The anti-heal on top of that gives Tank the 3rd point, gives Tank the match, gives Tank the uncontested, not a match dropped, not a map dropped, in fact, victory over Talon Cup 2025.
Yeah, deserved winners, you'd have to say. Altruism looked the strongest team. From the first time we saw them on stream, we had them pegged for potential finalists. And once we saw them perform against Team 1, we knew that it was all likely to be taken down. Apparently, Tank did lose 2 maps. That's our bad. We had bad information. Let's call it that. But off stream, who knows? Maybe they didn't even lose off stream. But it doesn't matter. The bottom line is they were the strongest team by quite some margin, and they carried that performance through to a comfortable 3-0 victory in the grand finals.
Yeah. There were a lot of close matches over the weekend. I mean, we started the day before you joined us on the cast with 2 game 4 thrillers, and again 99% on every one of those games. And then we went into the rest of the day, and the caliber just seemed to be raised. We had set a good bar, and it was beaten and beaten and beaten, and with Tank coming out the crowning champions at the end of that. And then you come into today, and Orange Fan Club, we saw the close matches throughout the lower bracket mainly, and those were tight. And then you just get to the grand finals, and Tank goes, all right, every one of the challengers, every person who stepped up has had no chance to touch us.
It's exactly like what we saw at the Ethereal Crown, actually, where all the action happened before the finals. And we all knew waiting in the wings somewhere, sitting behind their PCs the whole time, was Inglorious Blasters, just waiting to see whoever they faced so they could slap them down to reality. In the end, it ended up being Vanquish, and they did do exactly that, and that's what we saw from Tank here. Watching from the sidelines, or in the Cheetos case, from the caster's booth, waiting to see who they'd face, but knowing that no matter who it was, dominance would be what they brought to bear. So really, really excellent play from Tank. Deserved winners. Top 3 in Kuragari is their name, and they showed it here.
Now we got some difficult questions to ask. I think we can work on this together, because these are
I have an answer. I've got a straight answer.
Okay, great. But I want to give a shout out to Cheetos though. Cheetos did on his interview with you at the end of the low bracket finals. He was going, it didn't matter who was coming up. We're still. He was reticent to give real fighting talk, but you know that out of him. He was confident going into this match, and apparently deservedly so. So, Sun Phoenix, MVP of the game, and of the tournament.
Okay, that's a hard one. You chuck that at me there. You put me on the spot, so I'll deal with these. I'll chew on these small bites, as they say. MVP of this game, obviously Apricornicus Solaris always plays you're keeping an eye on as big performers. Kuragari, top player, the sleeps, the anti-heals especially, and his ability to output damage, very exceptional. But for me, Pokemoli, it has to be hands down on the Kiriko, blocking the Reinhardt Shatter on that first map, peeling so effectively, maximizing the effect that Kuragari could have in the game by keeping him healthy and outputting so much damage with those kunais. For me, it is going to be Pokemoli taking home the MVP for the grand final.
I like it. Actually, a character that lived up to the Life Weaver that they put as their favorite picture, because they had a lot of good Life Weaver as well. You know, it's not something that we see in competitive Overwatch very much, but some nice grabs, you know, the awareness to stay outside of the cage to save the Mauga. Even if it doesn't work out, like that conceptual understanding. We saw the wonderful juke as he jumps out the doorway and then zips back in. Stuff like that, the positioning on top of New Junk City. I said, you know, he was in the center, in the sky, and no one was even looking at them. That's what you want to be thinking like as a support. So really robust, and together with Kuragari, a stalwart backline to enable the rest of Tank to dominate everything. So now the big question, the second one, right? Who's MVP of the tournament?
For me, it comes down to two players, right? It's obviously going to be a player from this team. They were untouchable throughout the tournament. Outside of the 2 games they dropped, apparently, rumor has it, I've seen no evidence of that, but that's the word on the street. For me, it comes down to 2 players, right? And I think you could make an easy argument for both of these 2 players because they operate in concert so frequently, right? I'm going to go with Apricornicus. Main tank love. I think he was the central point around which this team oscillated. He dominated all of his matchups, and we know why that was in a big part because of what his backline was able to get away with, what they were able to execute on. But for me, Apricornicus was the stand-up player of the tournament, remembering as well that he's off-rolling a support main from the Inglourious Blasters, coming in and showing Zoom that he's ready as a challenger to the throne that Zoom represents in Inglourious Blasters. So very, very impressive stuff. Of course, the other player was Solaris. The second half of this combo. You pick one, you know the other one is right there alongside them in terms of players you've got to keep an eye on here. But really, really star-making performance from 2 superstars of South African Overwatch.
Yep, I love it. I kind of want to give that MVP of the tournament to the duo, because they signed up as a duo and they worked synergistically throughout the whole tournament. It was largely thanks to them that they got through it at least as cleanly as they did. So well played to Apricornicus and Solaris. But a wonderful tournament. You talk about them being shining stars. It was in a sky full of stars, really. You know, there were so many great players, so many people that came out with their own flavor, so many new players that I was genuinely excited to watch or impressed by not just one thing that they did, but their ability to pull off magical plays like that consistently. So a great start to Overwatch for the year. A lot of talents hiding in and around here, and a community cup that brought us all together. So wholesome.
It's another statement from this Vanquish team, right? If we look at some of the players who were excelling throughout this tournament, this team has 2 members of that Vanquish squad. Salmon is a player who we spoke so much about, who we spent so much time looking at, asking questions of, and watching dominate on his heroes. And their rise, you looked at what they were able to do at the Ethereal Crown, that lower bracket run that nobody gave them a chance in, getting to that grand final, and now showing that was not a fluke, that they are the absolute real deal, and they are here to dominate like we've seen all the other top teams in the country dominate in years past. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this team grows, how they come together, and what they can do going forward.
going forward is going to be a big part of this because, like we say, this is just the first broadcast. A year ahead of competitive Overwatch tournaments. COWZA's working really hard, and a big shout out to them for putting this together. It was a nice start, but Vanquish certainly a team to be watched alongside a lot of the other ones. We got to see someone challenge the Inglorious Blasters at some stage, right? So we've got enough people to start training up, but really excited for the future of South African Overwatch. If you guys want to find out more about that, of course, ZA Overwatch is the official COWZA Twitter, or search for it on other social media platforms. I'm not sure which ones they do. Otherwise, Sun Phoenix and I are broiled in this scene, part of the furniture, as they would say. We always post out when we're looking at tournaments or looking to take part in them or cover some of the action if you just want to watch it, you enjoyed that part of it. So at Ultrasm, at Sun Phoenix, watch the spelling. That's a tricky one.
Very important.
And of course, the Peach, doing all the work in the background. The Peach ZA, all of this production powered by the Peach. And you can, aside from a couple of technical issues, which I know he's going to obsess over now, don't worry, that's going to get fixed. He runs such a tight ship and makes it all look good. So certainly be on the lookout for stuff involving us or COWZA in the community. Conquer the Climb, if you really enjoyed the community aspect of this, is another cool initiative where mentors take on teams and train them up and get a little bit of a competition going there for people who are less experienced. So lots happening this year, and we look forward to you guys joining us for as much of it as you can. But that brings us to the end on a Sunday night of the Talon Cup 2025.
Hold on, before we go.
Okay, last thoughts?
Big thanks to Altruism, right? You put in a big shift this weekend. You cast all but one game this weekend, and that was the the lower bracket final. So big thanks to you. You kind of just put your name in. There was a sheet that went out. You didn't put your name on it. You popped your head in and said, "Hey, if you need anybody for a slot, let me know. I'm available." This guy did 7 out of 8 slots. So big thanks to Alt for stepping up as well as we know he can.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. We certainly did. It was a great start to Overwatch. So if you guys enjoyed this, catch us next time. Enjoy it. Have a good 2025, a good week if you're starting work or if you've been there for a while. May it all continue in good strengths. And I'm starting to ramble now. Have a good time. Bye.
I'll build an empire. Bye.